Welcome back to Octagon Outcast, the channel we talk about all things combat sports related. And today with me, I have MMA Myers and Svmba K. We will be talking about division goats versus the current champions. All right, starting off, we have the flyweight division. The current champion is Alexandre Pantoja. The goat is Demetrius Johnson. What do you guys got? Me
I
personally,
got the
I don't think Demetrius Johnson loses to anybody, really. I mean, he loses, but you don't really lose to anybody. That man is so smart, and I seen a study recently that his brain actually grew. I guess his brain got better since him starting the fight. So I don't think Demetrius Johnson loses to anybody in the 125-pound weight division. So give me Demetrius Johnson by unanimous decision because I'm not going to disrespect Pantoja. That nigga is hard to finish.
I'm gonna go with DJ also. DJ is just the goat. Yeah, well, he lost in one rules are different. He got lost without a knee, but he was still winning that fight and came back and beat the guy like real quick. Right? DJ Brain is he's just so much of a good grappler, good striker. I'm just gonna go with DJ. His brain, his intelligence, his IQ level with fighting is just top notch. You see if he went over there to Dakistan and was giving them boys problems. Them guys are top notch over there too. So I'm definitely going Mighty Mouse Johnson. I don't think Pantoja's gonna beat him, even though Demetrius said he's done. He did everything. He don't have nothing else to prove, man. That's the flyweight goat of all time, greatest of all time. In my opinion, that's my favorite fighter of all time. So
Okay.
Is
Okay.
it's no question is DJ, but I'm not even gonna say about all what I'm just the balls on this nigga first of all, because he apparently got offered to fight Pantoja. That nigga said, "Fuck no, he has nothing to prove."
That's
You don't.
that's
The
aura.
confidence
That's
off
aura.
That's just you know what I'm saying. You can't even deny that man is greatness. He's done. He is nothing more he can do. So him coming back, but if he does fight Pantoja, of course, Pantoja, you can't bet against DJ. You can't bet against the MMA goat. Not even just the flyweight
that's
goat.
real. That's real.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So next up, the current champion, Merab Dvalishvili versus the division GOAT. We had a lot of not there's too much discourse, but it could be Aljamain Sterling. He had the longest fight win streak, and longest title reign, I believe. Not counting WEC or whatever the thing was before the UFC adopted it. So it's either him or Dominic Reyes in my opinion, but I'm always go raw with Aljo. So Raw versus
Huh?
huh?
Come on,
You say
WBC.
Dominic Reyes?
Oh my God,
We know he meant Dominic Cruz.
Dominic
Oh,
Right?
Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
He meant Dominic Cruz, guys.
I'm over here
Dominic
reading.
Cruz.
Yeah, Dominic Cruz.
Oh,
Dominic
okay.
Cruz. Dominic Cruz. I'm glad you caught that. But like I said, I'm always gonna ride with Aljo. So I'm gonna say Aljo is the division GOAT, and Merab Dvalishvili versus Aljo. I mean, it's kind of a cheat. Merab says that Aljo dogs him in sparring, and we kind of seen him wrestle before, and he was able to submit him. I think that Aljo is a better striker and a better grappler. Now the cardio easily goes to Merab, but I feel like Merab wouldn't be able to hold him down or finish him, and I could see Aljo finishing him maybe by submission. So give me Aljo.
I agree. Give me Aljamain Sterling. We have seen they training videos. I get it's just training and everything, but those guys was like hard sparring. They's pushing the pace. Marab's he shows them respect. Aljo shows them respect. Also, they just boys in general, but Marab gives him a lot of props. So he like So I'm giving it to Aljo just by how Aljo's strength alone. He's just way stronger. He's way technical. He's not that sloppy. Only time you see him get sloppy is just when he's just trying to entertain the fans. Other than that, he's straightforward, like you saw in his last match.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Aljo too. Of course, there's no reason to bet against Aljo in this situation. It's kind of like the teacher versus the student. Like, no disrespect to both of these fighters, but Aljo just straight off striking, grappling. He's more entertaining as a fighter. If this were to go just straight points, Aljo doesn't lose by decision, nor does he get finished. So there's only one reason. There's only one way this fight turns out, and that's with Aljo winning. So
100% agree. Shout out
hence
to
why
Aljamain.
he moved up to featherweight. If I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
he a
honest.
real nigga. He wanted to give his man's a try. I feel like he stayed at bantamweight.
That's real.
He would have probably beat everybody else and probably had another title shot. Potentially would have won. But I digress. Shout out to Aljamain, man. I always continue to ride for you. Next up, the featherweight champion is Ilia Topuria versus the division GOAT. We had a lot of discourse about this one. A lot. Myers believes that Conor McGregor is the GOAT of that division. I believe not Pantoja, Volkanovski is the GOAT of the division. And you also have others that believe that Aldo was the GOAT. I guess we all could give three different answers if that's what y'all want to do. we
can
couldn't
do
really
that. I'm fine
agree
with
on
that.
one. But Ilia Topuria versus Volkanovski, we saw it happen. Ilia Topuria will go out there and knock him out. And I want to answer for Myers too. Ilia Topuria goes out there and knock
He ain't
Conor
answering
McGregor
for
out.
me. He ain't answering
Also,
me. We do prime versus prime. It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna come down to just pretty much speed and precision, which both of them guys got. At first I was like, oh, prime Connor would kill Ilya, but after like going back and looking at it, I can get that fight a 50-50 fight. But that's not even me being biased. Like I'm definitely gonna get it a 50-50 fight because of how both hungry those guys are at a very young age. Like that fight can go any way, in my honest opinion. I'm a biased Conor McGregor fan, so I'm gonna just be real.
insert
But
the clip of I think our first video of him saying that Conor McGregor starches Ilia Topuria. Okay, if there was the fight prime for prime, no, Ilia Topuria right now versus Conor McGregor in his prime, who winning?
I'm going with Connor 100%.
I believe
I
that
did
was
say it.
before
I did say
That
it.
was that was
He
before
just
he knocked out.
respect that.
Yeah, I know. I just want y'all to remember
Yeah, I did say it.
how he used to be, because that was before Ilia Topuria went out there and knocked the dog shit out of Max Holloway.
Max, yeah. So I did say that before, but I respect Ilya, and like I said, I get that a 50-50 fight.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Me also, I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan, but I gotta give to Volkanovski. I think he's the division, just because the numbers don't lie. He's got a better resume than Conor McGregor. Of course, Conor
Way
McGregor
better.
popularity on his side,
Yeah.
but skill wise of what we've seen on paper, you got to give it. Now, Topuria has already knocked out Volkanovski, so I don't think there's any reason why anyone should say Volkanovski's win.
You know, they try to
He's
say
gonna lose.
they try
He's
to
gonna
say
lose to
it's
Topuria if they
because
fight again.
you know they try to say it's because he came back too early against him getting knocked out against Islam. But I don't think. I mean, like, it was gonna happen regardless. Maybe
was
it
what-
happened
that
a
was
little.
what-
He came back 2 or 3 months after getting knocked out by
That
Islam.
was a little early.
It was
That
early,
a
but
little
I
early.
feel like
But
it was
3
bound
months.
to happen. Yes, next up, lightweight division. Islam Makhachev versus the current champion versus the division GOAT. I think we all agree is Khabib Nurmagomedov. He got wins over Poirier. He got wins over Conor, Gaethje, some other guys. Those are the most notable wins.
Michael Johnson, the
Yeah,
guy that
Michael
be knocking out
Johnson,
people.
Yeah, he got some crazy wins, and I honestly, Khabib. If Khabib wanted to, he would probably still be champion of lightweight division. If we're being completely honest, that man is.
He's a different monster. He's just a different pace.
He's different, and if he could make 55 and wanted to be champion right now, he would be. Now,
Yeah.
Granted, I do believe Islam is a better striker. I just think when it comes to the grappling aspect, Khabib is probably stronger and a slightly better grappler. But it will be a competitive fight, and I think it will be 3 rounds to 2. It would be a close fight going into the 5th round. So that's my. I got Khabib, but I think it'd be close. What you got to say, Myers?
I agree with you. I agree 100%. Habib, and who's gonna beat him? Like that man has been on the tear. He's beat some of the best fighters. Yeah, we didn't see him going against that many grapplers. I would have loved that, but he went. Actually, he went against Ally Quinta. It was kind of pretty close.
No, that fight would suck though, bro.
It did suck, but it kind of was. Yeah, it kind of was pretty close, but whatever. Anyways, we didn't really get to see him fight no grapplers, but we did get to see him fight strikers who do have good grappling game, and he's. Hey man, I give it to Khabib because he was just doing him, man.
Yep.
I'm also gonna say Khabib. I would like Islam to beat Khabib. Just that again, that's because I'm a Conor fan. But let me say something. I don't think we've seen as much growth in the UFC as we have seen from Khabib and Islam. Because if you look at how Khabib started in the UFC, that nigga couldn't throw a punch, which is insane when you think about it. He joined the promotion like.
Yeah, he just joined strictly off the strength of grappling.
Straight grapple. So I just think these two have had such exponential growth. It's such a cheat code being a Dagestani, I swear to God. And if we see a Dagestani in flyweight and then fucking featherweight, I'm not watching this shit no more.
Them Dagestani guys, man,
that would be insane.
Look at Zabit when he was.
If they end up taking over every fucking division.
I just want to say this. If Zabit didn't get hurt, he would be champion. I don't care. No, but I mean, if he didn't have the illness, he'd be a featherweight champion. Him versus Topuria would be a good matchup, only because Zabit statistically, grappling, striking, all of that. I feel like Zabit would be champion.
I
But
got
that's
some
just me.
stuff to say about Zabit, but I'm
I
gonna
think the
hold
beat
it.
loses to
I'm gonna.
Volk.
He does, but I'm gonna hold that
I'm gonna
to
be
our
honest.
videos of overrated fighters. That's for another time. I
That's
digress.
crazy.
Next up, welterweight. The current champion is Bilal Muhammad. The division go. I know some people are going to say GSP. Some people are going to say Kamaru Usman. I personally believe Kamaru Usman is to go to the division. And you're the boss of the UFC. Dana White thinks he's top 5 of all time. So I mean, it's kind of he thinks he's the best welterweight of all time. It's kind of hard to deny that. So I'm going to say that Kamaru Usman is the GOAT of the division, and that Kamaru Usman beats Bilal Muhammad. Kamaru Usman is just more vicious. He's a better striker. Arguably, he's tied to him with the grappling aspect, and he got that champion mentality. He goes out there and probably finishes Bilal Muhammad on the feet. Give me Kamaru Usman. What about you?
They said Kamaru. Me personally, I said GSP. Um, but if we all come into a collective, yeah, Kamaru Usman definitely beats Bilal Muhammad. I feel like he's even gonna go back and actually that's somebody we counted out in our last video to bring it back up. I feel like Kamaru Usman can actually still be champion if he get that title shot. I think he can go back and beat Bilal Muhammad.
I heard he gonna have to. I heard him and JDM got some shit going on. So if he go to
Yeah,
beat
so
JDM and he gets the next shot, I'm not mad at that. Kamaru Usman versus Islam, that'd be fun. That's interesting.
yeah, that would be fun. That would be dope. But if also I'm gonna go with my other decision, GSP, I still feel like GSP beat Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah. Bilal is really good. Very hard to beat. He's either very hard to beat or very beatable. No in between.
Yeah.
But what you got, Simba?
I mean, I also think Kamaru Usman's the division GOAT of this. And let me say this: I think Kamaru Usman beats GSP. If I'm being completely honest.
I agree.
So
I 100% agree. If we want to go there, I agree.
If we want to go there, I say Kamaru Usman
Shit, he
beats
finished
GSP.
the nigga. Fuck it.
He does finish the nigga. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Myers, the only way GSP beat Kamaru Usman, if we're talking about their Marvel characters when they was in the fucking movie.
Yep.
Hate to break it to you, buddy.
Nigga
Hate to break it to you, buddy. That's because Kamaru Usman didn't look like a fighter in that movie.
Nah,
So
nigga, he was a punk ass African nigga.
Hey, I'm just saying, my boy GSP came back, got the belt, and left. Hey, he retired with the belt. That's all I'm happy about.
Hey, good
and
for him.
Kamaru Usman still is very possible to get the belt, and
He can't get the belt back. I said it. I literally just said it.
I don't
I'm
think.
just saying, I'm glad my boy came back and won the belt.
Shit, if Kamaru Usman would have took that fight last month, he probably would have had the belt right now.
Most likely, shit, probably actually.
If that was the nigga that came to fight, he probably would have been champion
I
right
can
now.
agree. Yeah, I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I digress. Middleweight. So the middleweight GOAT is Anderson Silva. You know, some people believe Izzy. I'm whatever y'all say, I agree with. I like Izzy, I like Anderson. But I'm gonna go with Anderson Silva is the middleweight GOAT versus Dricus du Plessis. Anderson Silva. I'm going with Dricus du Plessis. I'm going with Dricus du Plessis. I feel like his style is very similar to Chael Sonnen, and Chael Sonnen was beating the shit out of Anderson Silva up until the very last second when he got caught in a triangle choke and he tapped. I feel like Dricus du Plessis he's a big middleweight, awkward middleweight, and hits hard. And I feel like what happened with Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva is going to happen with Dricus du Plessis. So give me Dricus du Plessis beating Anderson Silva. It's crazy to say, I know, but that's what I'm going.
I'm gonna go Anderson Silva. I don't count the Chris Weidman fights because he wasn't in his prime anymore, so I don't count those personally. Because even Anderson wasn't doing the stuff that he normally do. If you go back and watch those fights, like even when he got caught with the foot, when he was doing the head movement, he was using his feet like how he usually do, right? So I'm going back to Prime Silva. Prime Silva versus du Plessis. I'm giving it to Prime Silva. Grappling was there, striking was there. He's definitely gonna outstrike du Plessis. Just in general, I'm just gonna give it to Silva for the guys he fought. He definitely has a good grappling, you know, Brazilian black belt jiu-jitsu, black belt taekwondo, all of that. But I'm giving it to Silva. But I can arguably, we can also say Izzy is, you know, he's like Anderson Silva is the grandmaster, and Izzy is a student, right? Yeah. And we already saw Izzy lose to du Plessis, so
that's why I base my answer off of that. Izzy is similar to him, and we saw what happened.
I get it, yeah, but I'm going with Anderson Silva personally.
understandable.
I'm gonna say Anderson Silva too. It's Anderson Silva. You can't deny the spider. Let me say something, Myers. You can't discount something because it's a fucking fool. By the way,
You said what?
just because you can't say something doesn't count because he decided.
I don't count it, man. I don't count it, man. He was not in his prime no more, man.
Nigga was like
He's like
this.
40 something.
Nigga was like this.
But you can't say a fluke win's not a win.
He was 40, man. And he was 40, man. And look at what's happened to Chris Weidman every fight, man. Dominated.
Chris Weidman sucks. I don't fucking.
So I don't
Chris
count
Weidman.
it.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
count it,
But
man.
you can't say Chris Weidman shouldn't have won that fight, or you can't count that win.
I'm going
because
with prime.
Anderson
Okay, it is a win.
It is a win. If that's the case, Duplessis should not hold the fucking belt right now.
Look, it is a win. It is a win, right? But I'm saying I'm going with prime Silva. I'm not going with that Silva that lost to Weidman. I'm going with prime
Silva is
Silva.
a cockhead. He's a cocky fighter.
And that's the prime. That's what I'm going. I'm going with prime Silva.
Bad day.
I'm going with prime Silva.
Hey man, either way.
I'm not going with old man. I'm not going with old Silva.
I was like a year out, by the way, on him old.
All right. Next up, we got light heavyweight. Current champion is Alex Pereira versus division GOAT John Jones. John Jones, we're gonna prime John Jones. So, around the time maybe DC around a little earlier than that John Jones, he probably beats the shit out of Alex Pereira. Mostly 100%. He beats the shit out of him, and he the type of nigga to do it standing up. So
yeah, I agree with that.
I'm going with John Jones, bro.
I'm definitely going with John Jones for sure, but I also can see prime John Jones having a match with I can, just because it's standing up wise, right? I can see, but prime John Jones also, if he was losing, he'd just take your ass to the ground, right? Yeah. But I could also see him doing him having a match with Alex, like some Gustafsson type shit, right? I can see a match like that happening. I can
definitely see that too.
I can see that match like that happening, but regardless, I'm gonna give it to John Jones.
Agree.
I'm gonna give it to John Jones as well, and I think if it's prime John Jones, I think it's gonna be very easily he wins that on the. And granted that, of course, Alex Pereira being the striker that he is, I think John Jones wins easily on the feet. Prime John Jones
easily on the feet is a little crazy to me because
I don't think easy.
It might be, but prime John Jones, the way he holds himself and how he can mid-range strikes, I think he's gonna do very. I think he does very well.
Easy for me. Easy. I feel like easy is different.
Okay, let's say I won't say easily. I don't think it's gonna be a hard fight for John Jones on the feet though.
Prime for prime.
It'll be a Gustafsson fight. It'll be a Gustafsson.
I feel like if he going on the feet, I feel like he'll go on the feet, he'll win, but he not gonna go out there without no scar.
It's gonna be like a Gustafsson fight.
He gonna have to fight for that win.
He gonna definitely be a Gustafsson fight.
His defense is so good on the feet.
We're not gonna sit here like Paul Time is not a sniper. He's not a glory kickboxing champion. Like a double. Yeah, we're not gonna sit here like he's not him. He definitely him.
Not wrong.
And it's not gonna be easy.
Think about it. Yeah,
it's not gonna be easy at all.
Yeah, we do prime and prime. Nah, it's not gonna be easy at all. It's gonna be a Gustafsson fight.
If he's standing up now, if he go take the nigga down and choke him out.
We know that. It's a different story.
But yeah, standing up.
I mean, either way, John Jones. He's just Pereira just wouldn't be able to find the shot. To be quite fair.
Very true. Well, we already seen this fight already. Again, John Jones is the current champion and the division champion. You can go with a couple other people, but ultimately we decided to go with Stipe, and we seen the fight. We know how this fight is going to play out. Whether it's old or young Stipe, John Jones, the outcome would have been the same. John Jones wins. I mean, it's really we seen the fight. We know what happens. I really don't got to explain much for this.
Even if you argue DC, you John Jones.
Even if you argue DC was just a slower person, so it was been John Jones. Mm-hmm. So yeah, John Jones, bro. John Bones Jones. There's no arguing that one at all from anybody, honestly. Shout out to Johnny Bones Jones, bro. Shout out to Bones. Well, this was a quick one. This was the division champ versus the current champ. If you guys like these type of videos and you like us stepping more away from maybe just straight prediction videos and you want more of a fun video like this, let us know. Let us know whatever type of videos you like to see in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us right here, right there, and right there. And till next time. Peace.